I was trying to figure, because we like being nosy in people business. We like being nosy in people business. We want everything to be fuddled up in here. They said the knighthood is. It was humans are some type of weird, disgusting creature that didn't quite understand to not. And for some weird reason, over at knighthood, we questioned none of the Lord's creationals as to why until the situations entered into situational art. So let me see this. No, I'm not supposed to be drawing in here because of it said you hurt your hand, didn't they? Mm, no, they didn't hurt the girl hand. It's a broken hand. So yeah, she wants that girl angry. I said, what do you want that girl angry for? You don't got to live with top for that. You want to argue that point A to point B didn't have enough. What was it? Vegetation after you. What was it? Allowed someone else to argue that no, that's just wind, and that's fire, huh? And where's your crops? You know that needs that, so now that's gone. That's not how that works. You said that was wind. They said that's because that's wind. Do it again. Not everybody talks to the same life form set. So, and they said it. Now, why would someone be trying to leave somebody somewhere that we don't want them to be left at? No, I just was trying to test and figure out if I left this right here, then what happens? Then you would see it on camera. I felt I knew something about fire, she said. She stated, I thought I knew something about the bag. They said, yeah, yeah. And we're going to put that inside there. You ready? Where's my bag at? Oh, here, before that. And, well, that's weird. So he said unto them, have ye received the Holy Ghost since ye believed? And they said unto him, we have not so much as heard wherever there be a Holy Ghost. And she said, some girl stated, does she understand what we have here? Yeah, we have an idea. Let's look. Let's see. All right. So put that out. We don't need that. That's paperwork. Why would paperwork be right there? Looks like some life forms seem to be getting befuddled up there about that and that. They said, what was the bag structure like? The bag was structured like, what'd she say? Uh, Where did I put that pig? Oh, that's weird. I didn't get what this was. So I was trying to do this. They stated, of course, sure. I have no medical accommodation. I don't understand what that is. That means you need to get up and wash your body and stretch and eat properly. No, but that doesn't make any sense. Why does this person need a medical examination? Because that means you must want to get in here and do my medical examination for me. They said it because we have that. It's just that we don't do it here. So you say I felt that this should have been this. They said, of course, you love arguing with a human, don't you? Tell them. You'll tell them because they're gonna look at you when they disintegrate your body. So what was the argument? See, I didn't think that humans knew about their sinuses. We was letting all types of bacteria and stuff go up your nose, and then you seem to think that something's battling your brain when we're actually just trying to what was it? Move all that mucus about that body. They said they were sorry. They said no, you weren't. You kept battling that. So they said you opened that. When they opened it up, they said no. I was trying to figure it out like I want to feel it like ick, ick. Um, with my telekinetic energy. So that's what she said. So girl keeps playing around with the Lord's Day. You do. You wanna structure. My goodness. And you stated, well, if I would I know it's true after doing this and this, I was trying to make your human soul look like this in front of somebody else. They said, yeah, and we know to shoot that one. No, I just personally felt like this human doesn't want to go outside. They said, no, this human has work. No, that's not that human's work. They said, that's that human's work. You argued with it? You did? You argued with that human. What did they tell you? They told you that according with our bag, we feel like we have a lot and we just want people to beg you.
I can't let you harm Arantir any more than you already have.
Yeah, but you weren't sitting at knighthood. When the round table chose who they chose, they chose who they chose. Now, when people moved forward, they moved forward and there was nothing in their blockade and there should have been nothing in front of them moving forward. That's what I'm looking for. That one or the other one? It should be the other one, right? Yeah. Where's that other one though? See? It was remove those people that have the indifference because they want to test out what this does to the cerebral cortex. And they stated, I haven't found this that is strong enough. They said, yeah. So, so those with glasses wanted to come through and state, happy September 1st. And the school year started. And for those of you who have waited to read till this day,
I probably read last night.
and there's in a structure concerning, what was it, the bag and how things are structured, they said. No, that's not this. This is basically, so we like to talk a certain way, and the atmosphere is supposed to be that someone was trying to destroy something. They said we looked at that and we stated, yeah, but we wanted to make someone laugh and stop. No, I just thought somebody could get over something. They said, yeah, but when we looked at your bag and you wanted some type of grand scheme for something, do you know what that feels like? She said, no, I would like to know. They said, so we expect a video by the end of the day. And we expect a video by the end of the day. And I didn't too much like that one. I didn't think she got that too. She kept playing around with her head, and she wanted a full meal concerning who she was fighting. So what does this do? Oh, it's structuring what we want. So for some reason, they say the Lord allows sunlight and all types of stuff that you want to talk about that He allowed. I said because the imagery is kind of, I want to fight against it. It says, so you wanted to fight against something this fire. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. But regardless of what she wants, I mean, like I was gonna come through and structure it this way and state, yeah. So when you made that, was it like different because maybe your idea is not structured properly? So how do you get that? They say that any likeness of that is punishable by jail time. Any likeness, huh? Do you have the voice modulator and the voice modulator in the conversation? They said it so you can't just come through a scripture series. I mean, like a few of us was trying to structure wording because the wording is there regardless. You know, regardless of what the scripting is there. That's what we're trying to figure out. Like, do we go at the top of the head with the family and whack out who owns companies? They said no, because I mean, like, you're fighting Superman in there, and you know. No, I was gonna try to look at Christian knighthood. Yeah, Christian knighthood is structuring that. So, we with our glasses, we state, Yeah, something wants to argue with the creator about how fast we deplete some type of health issue for some other life form. And the argument was that I didn't think this life form was going to be talking about us existing or the life form bothering the human while it tried to play video games, as if that was some type of like conversation that the human dealt with while playing video games. Like, we looked at the knighthood and we stated, we don't really fight in here. They said, no, 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 you're not. We don't really know what you're doing. Maybe your knights are not up in here, but I wanted them up, like running around, get them designer armor. They said we took that away. Well, I still want the funding for that. They said we don't really like that. They said, yeah, well, they said we were trying to dig too far in there. You were? Well, that's a little slow. So, if you got one of these units out there and it's uncompleted, they said you wait. They said, I don't think you'll wait for that. And what's the background? Should have been completed. They said, how could you say something? See, I was trying to do this to see if somebody likes doing this. And they got rid of that. They said, I don't know what that's into. And he got rid of it. And, oh, grab this, let's see. Let's grab this, babe. Because, sorry, this is just kind of like, I'm out of here. September 1st, so clearly I would be out of here. The glasses are on. So, let's see. I finally found the perfect place to breed my spider colony, and it was quite literally under my nose. The whole time my cellar, why didn't I think of this before? Why hasn't anyone, for that matter? My spiders are growing big and strong, and the silk they produce will make me a fortune. I'll have wealth at last. No more. What? How did you pronounce that, Lord? Insanity. On flocks when I'm in town, it will be marvelous. And so I mean, like I
suppose I know
didn't
what happened to Mary Portman now. She was breeding the spiders.
something wanted that human to combat against the Lord for its eyesight right then and there, like, and yell out and scream like humans could see that. They said, no, we want to see what you says goes wrong with you. And they told you we're going to show you. So that's about to be gone. So yeah, Knighthood is looking at the glasses and they're stating it does what? And ooh, they said doesn't this do this? It doesn't. It shouldn't. To question any of that will make you insane. We were trying to get in the lab to discuss that. They said, of course you were. And Knighthood structured it properly for you. I mistook this like that never used to happen to the girl. Never. So for that to be structured that way, it's like, but If a life form is attacking you, do you think you should be like playing video games right now? Like, shouldn't we know that? You know, you have something and something wants something to be a certain way. So we stated we're trying to figure out when that happens. They say that yeah, we know when it happens. When something gets wind that something exists other than what he's talking about. They said no. What life form are you communicating with where you would be thinking that you would be befriending that life form that could harm a human on the caliber that you stated that it was harming that human for some type of glory in front of a grander battle in front of you? Let's see, keep going. They said no. I don't know what he's talking about. Of course you wouldn't. Yeah. We shouldn't be hearing nothing in the background that wouldn't make any sense for you to be claiming that you would be hearing your funeral in the future. Because when you looked at the itinerary of the funeral, you structured it the way that you structured it, and you tried to wait to figure out, oh, I thought I could just like jump in somebody's body and work it and do it that way. No, nobody wants you anywhere near their head. I'm sorry, Lord, but there's just some funerals I don't think I will be going to. And it's that's just what it is. He knows that. He already told you that. You didn't get that. And when the funeral is there, I'll probably call the people and say hi. That's about it. And somebody else wanted to argue. No, I was trying to fight back against what you said about something. They say, yeah, because you just assume that people are trying to come through and punch you in your face for something that you said while at school. No, to be at school, somebody's argument was that I mistook life as like you shouldn't touch fire. We did too. You know, some people don't get that. Because, I mean, like, when we're in our cryptozoology over here and we're talking about, like, us trying to play a video game, and then the Lord trying to make our vision or obscure our vision or something like that for some type of forgiveness, it was never he was trying to do that. He set up the universe, and then he decided he was going to be setting up his knighthood. Boom, knighthood's right there. Knighthood decided that, yeah, there's a baby showing up. Boom. We gotta go check out, see what the baby is, the Lord said. They said it's his kid. I mean, like, hey, we're gonna go look at the baby, see what he's talking about. For some reason, one of the life forms stated, I assumed I could be a part of what this sounds like. They stated, you must be really, really into the type of stuff that you're into. Because I know when I'm on this development and I'm talking to who I'm talking to, we need to look at knighthood at the moment. Knighthood, why do you think that I'm about to show you a full set of packaging? So now we have to figure out if we're burning down other tables based upon their mindset for the speed that they stated they're moving at. So now knighthood is running around here stating someone is yelling out that they are without, and we're looking for it, and someone thought that they were talking to it, and it looked bad from that person's political perspective and their artist career. Like, horrible. It was horrible for the artist career. Woo. And you stated, no, I thought I could try to get something for somebody and say that that's that, because I don't know what that is. You stated, that's because I thought that this is this. What, girl, why would you be playing around with that man life like that? Looking down at that casket that way. That is ridiculous the way she played in there. Like, get out of here. Like it's ridiculous. I can't sit up in there and talk that way to the development. And she wanted to have argued about that. Okay, let's see. Okay, wait, you gotta go back. Now, let's talk about how the Lord decided that, yeah, because you want the Lord to be labeled as some type of ground zero. We got a ground zero. It's an open field. You know what we do to that? We're about to destroy it. Is it slow? Are you scared, baby? She wants to troll you. So I encourage her to sit down. Over here, grab this. Let's see. No, I thought that people didn't know that this is this. They said, yeah, but why would you be in there looking at one thing and not the other if we'd never?
Revelio.
I mean, over here we only are talking to people with their driver's license. Whether she knew that or not. And if you didn't have that,
Expelliarmus.
if you didn't have that, we were never actually trying to say anything towards your way because it just didn't make any sense for you to be not being able to be at the meet locations. For you to structure your own little book club is what? Nope, this goes on a lot. This is nothing more than just like something that people stumble upon. If you don't know how to structure your garment, your garb, your garment, your garb, I'll say garb.
Revelio.
If you don't know how to structure your garb and you don't have this hidden somewhere, or able to get to one of these many locations buried around the world, then I can't really help you out. But you have a driver's license, so you should be able to get to those locations. To structure some type of structure while playing this game, it's September 1st, so we can't really, try to take up too much of your time. So many people are like doing what they're doing. And we just kind of want to say what's good. We're still in the study of glasses and finding the spell that fixes glasses.
Revelio.
Someone stated it's this end or this.
Lumos.
It's what end or
Revelio.
what?
Confringo. Revelio.
That's how you
I
know.
hate to think that they see me.
Because of
I don't
this.
see them.
This gave me the
Accio.
hint to use Kafringo in there. I said how? Because it's fire. It reminded me that you got fire tracks that blow stuff down. And that's pulling up a little bit too slow right there. But this controller is broken, aka Knighthood. They say that you're moving slow if this controller is broken. They wanted to see how fast this girl moves through poison. aka so they're just trying to kill you. Something like that. Something like that we heard. Something like that. I think that's what it was. It was like, so we heard that you like life, and we're gonna try to do our best to stop you from experiencing a proper blood flow pattern. What do you think that did to Knighthood after they heard that?
First off, we were looking at the lore, trying to figure out.
Glasses don't really work for me, Christ. At all. What was that life form's argument? This life form can't, because you are trying to force that life form to live somewhere that you don't want it to live at, and you think the government is going to allow that person to live in that structure with you, with the possessed human. Now, grab the book. This Moses whom they refuse, saying, who made thee a ruler and a judge? The same, who made thee a ruler and a judge? The same did God send to be a ruler and a deliverer by the hand of the angel which appeared to him in the bush. So, now, why would you be trying to structure something where you were trying to get something to do something after they told you they finna take that up off you? And then she kept playing with that. She stated, I knew this. What did you know? That you don't got no spell? Take this, grab this, remove this. The Lord has us moving slow up in here. It's knighthood, they said. They said because knighthood shouldn't have chose that girl. It was, why am I getting chewed out in front of the creator? No, you're not getting chewed out. It's the creator that's technically someone's trying to get someone to chew out and to yell out, Lord, why would you make this thing? Why would you create a life form that could do that to a human brain? Lord, why would you do this? Why would you do that? Like, no. This is when we grab our people. I was trying to show you that. No, you're not. Seeing blood isn't gonna structure our communication in here, baby. It's not. We have to show up, show the school if you can get the game through, play through it. You know, you got the proper medicinal pattern or something like that. The girl said, and so your brain was functioning properly, so you weren't looking that way and that way, Potter. So you didn't need glasses, Potter. Is something tapping with your head, kid? No, I thought this was good for content. This is not good for content. We're trying to finish our game. No, we're trying to structure that the Lord don't like this and or that. No, that's not what it is. You keep playing around with that like you have power in there. And then pull that soul right up out of there for you. Shouldn't you be afraid to pass away because somebody else wants to keep testing out their structure? No, you thought you was gonna have a scripture battle between some book that they purposely messed up. Let's take it off again for you. I was trying to argue life in front of you. I wanted to argue that. No, you're talking directly to me because I like doing stuff like that, she said. Of course you do. That's why we told you get away from here. And you keep doing it. We only got so much time. We can't. Where's this next one? Let's see.
And the Lord's already moving it.
No, I thought this girl was very, very cute, and I wanted you to like try to get turned down in front of the planet, in front of like a pervert. She said. They said yeah, and that's why we seen fit to get you away from the people's bag. They said because she likes that girl, and she wants to. She doesn't know how to get back away from that person. They said I thought this person was talking to this. What? At the table. Take that off. It's not working for that girl head. No, I was trying to show somebody that this was this. They said, who, the Lord? You guys gotta let that girl go. Leave her alone. She's not gonna be able to save you within these next 45 seconds. No, we're trying to show our dominance within this next 45 seconds upon this human, they said. I have dominance upon that, Ted. Did you know that? We were trying to tell you that. They said, I just assumed it would just be that one. They said it's not. She went to play around with the point A to point B about somebody else's faith. They told that girl, I'm getting her out of there. I promise you. Let's see this. Because she was in there whining and stating, I don't have this, I don't have that, she said. That's what she said. Like the girl's still going to talk to her. They said, girl, I would never talk to you ever again. The Lord said. I didn't know why she was in there playing around. And then she stated, I like to do this. And they looked at her and they said, we're ripping off her. And she keeps trying to find another way around that. She keeps trying to find a whole other way around that. Like for you to get up and stop that. Like for you to stop the mechanics of those people. Like you hurt the universe and the people want to mess her up because she don't got this and she don't got that. Like it's your fault. Hello, we can't have that back there. There's nothing. Nope, that's going on camera. We putting that on camera. Record. Miss. Yeah, because we can't have that. We do not want that on no camera. Delete that. Hurry up, please remove that. I'm. They said it why? Because we don't like that in the background. That is chaotic. Why do you think that some person's supposed to have that? We just ruined Christ, they said. They said, no, we didn't. Yes, you did. Yes, you were. You were yelling out. You were trying to figure out, I don't know what that is. You go to Christmas, right? I don't know what that is. They said, yeah. So now we're about to move away from all of you guys. And then you stated that you were going to sit there and try to weigh out your options. No, I thought I could. No, 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 girl. We just like that's back there. That's over there. You're doing too much. We're done with it. We are so done with the whole bag. We told you don't let that yell out of here like this is some family special. It's not. It's not. We're sorry, honey. Your knighthood's behind. They want you to prove that Christ Jesus is behind. And she wants to yell that out too. Like, get this back away from us before they peel the skin off the back of the people. Like, it's really, really bad. Like, and they want to try to remind that man. They were trying to remind that man that while he was at home, like, we could just do this and do this and do this. Girl, get that away from that person. Like, it's not working. It's not going to work for the girl. Regret this. Here, go up in there. You moved too slow. Christ, you didn't solidify the girl's back enough fast for them, they said. They said, I don't know why they keep saying that. I thought I could just sit up and keep trying to lie, they said. They said, it's going to jail. It's going to jail. It's going to jail. And I said, stop yelling that out. Stop yelling that out. They said, we've been trying to listen from Christian knighthood. And we said we heard something. We're trying to figure out what is it can you hear through this thingy. For one, something yelling out, dying in the background. They said that's what you think that is when that's happening? That is what that is. That means it's dying. So we're trying to figure out whether you guys know what dying sounds like. So let's look at this again. Okay, so we only got that much off the Lord. Because you have to stop to adjust our brain. First off, take that off. What's the brain? I assume that we can keep bothering this human
Definitely
when it's
going
in
to anger your
private.
parents.
No, you didn't. Because we're about to gas this thing until it dies, they said. And we didn't think the other life forms knew that. Like, we were about to gas this life form. We were talking this, trying to figure out what it sounds like and what was angering it. And then we stated, those ones are dead. Like, what's in the background causing a commotion? Someone's not watching their kid, they said, dead. And then they stated, we were going to try to put that, they said, dead. Like, what is this? Like, if we were talking about something and someone was in there playing illiterate, dead. and they want to try to blame someone. You were blaming the creator for creating a sun and you not having access to go talk to that person over there. So when you're right there sitting up there, yeah, I'm right. I got this and I got this and they told him if you get that down there and that goes there and bother our family, it's up. And yeah, we got one more. We're not gonna find that in that structure because I wanted a nice little crisp. You don't want to know. No, this is not that. I mean, like when the Lord states that person is sick, you don't keep on trying to make someone draw with the hand that they don't have. And then to try. What type of torture is that? No, I want to see if they can still pick up their pencil with their hand. Yeah, go ahead and remove those people away from your artist that draw, because that's what that person's trying to do. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's trying to make that person move their hand so they could do all types of stuff to it. Yes, you are. Get that out that brain. Move that. No, I thought you can argue like you're insane in front of the Potters. They said, no, there's no such thing as a Potters in here. We know our kid's brain is the way it is because the way the brain is. And we told those to back up, especially if you have on glasses. They said, well, unfortunately, my family did this. They said, okay, so now we're going to move you over there to that state where your family does that to you. No, I always thought we should be quiet about the sun. So you're scared of the sun. You're scared of the sunlight. No, I think someone is afraid to do something like call the police on the people in the background and question what's going on with their brain so that way they can get it on recording and ask it, what do you think's going on with your brain? What's going on with your brain? How do you fix that medically? Let's go back to it because last time I checked, you didn't give that person that bag to discuss that in the lab properly in front of the proper. Exactly. It's a lab. Some girl was looking for some video requesting that from the government after the government told them to stay out of their business. So they're trying to use you to yell out to the government. That's kind of what it was. It was abuse that person until the government figures out that it's dying from all angles. And if it swung on us, they said we could just say it was crazy. You didn't do that. You didn't do that. You didn't do that. You didn't do that. You did do that. You did do that. They said, and you tried to make it seem like that lady was a problem for you when you couldn't drop your kid off over there to have that person locked up, didn't you? You didn't. You tried to set your kid in that house knowing that that person didn't have a camera in there, so you could blame that person for saying that this and this was happening to your kid. And then when that person came out with that camera, they got rid of that development for you, didn't they? They did. Look at that. And then when the Lord seen you doing that, they stated, "Why does this matter for me if the aliens or tree fitties happening?" They looked at that and they stated, "If something's bothering your head, girl, if something is digging in your head and something's behind you bothering us, we're gonna get it up out of there." For knighthood. Like if you're stating that the Lord has made some type of goblin, ghoul, life form that's tampering with your head, and we can't see certain body parts and or names or something like that. Somebody said something very, very inadequate. So we know to start getting those trees up out of there, the family said. But it's September 1st. We're gonna go outside and probably enjoy ourselves. Yeah, we're gonna, go see the sun and enjoy this nice little September 1st, get some candy, read some books, and enjoy our day while we go back to discussing why somebody else was arguing some type of development for them having the driver's license and what happened when we wanted to have the proper labs. Oh, no, they had the proper labs to get that person back their adequates, but they didn't go back over there to look at that. Instead, you wanted to test out that girl's metabolism when they took those glasses off in front of you. And you tried to play around with that man's brain after you knew that she was insane. And they said, because it's insane because it thinks that you're controlling the outside planet. And then we looked at A, B, and C. They said, I don't think they're sitting down at knighthood anymore.